Hey guys! So today's video is on this very warm toned makeup, sort of a rose gold smoky eye, because I've just been playing with my Naked 3 palette and this is a look that I have been loving from it. So also it has been winter forever and I need some warm colors. So the great thing about this look is that it's super quick and super easy and very, very pretty. And I think it's kind of universal. I mean, the lip might be a little bit bright, but you can tone that down or just wear gloss or do whatever you need to adjust it for you. So without further ado, let's get to the video. I'm going to start out with a primer. I actually got this one from a friend. She wanted me to try it out, so let's see how it does. It is the Jane Iredale Smooth Affair Facial Primer and Brightener. So it's a luminous one. Just going to squirt a little bit of that onto my hand. And I'm just going to apply that with a beauty blender. Really pushing into all those pores. Next I'm going to do a little bit of a highlight. So I'm going to take my Anastasia Go Brow eye pencil and use this pinkish side and just highlight some areas. Then I'll blend that out. And when you're using a blender or a brush or whatever, it's nice if you can use it with all of your products because the primer will coat it and help it not absorb all of your concealers and foundations and everything else. I'm then going to take my NARS Sheer Glow foundation. My color is Ceylan. Well, actually it's a little bit yellow for me, but it's the color I'm using anyway. So I just pop that on the back of my hand, and then dab the blender in and apply. I'm going to be doing a fairly smoky look, so I'm going to go ahead and do the under eye concealer now so that I don't have to have a sharper line than I intended. So for the under eyes, I will take my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW20. Just a little squirt of that on my finger. And pat it under the eyes. I'm applying this directly to the skin as opposed to on the Beauty Blender first because I want to make sure I get a good amount because I get some pretty serious dark circles. Because even with the primer and the foundation, this is going to absorb some of your product, and so if you want a heavier coverage, apply to skin first and then blend with this. Okay, now we're going to let all of that just sink into the skin and move on to the eyes. Well, technically the eyebrows. So I'm going back to my Anastasia Go Brow pencil and using the dark side to fill in my brows. And I'm going to give them a little brush through. Now, I'm not going for anything too crazy intense for brows today. Just a little bit of shape and a little bit of definition. Okay, and then over that, we're going to take the Benefit Give Me Brow. I am in the medium light. Comb through those hairs. And give it a second and then brush through again. And then take the highlighting side of the Go Brow and just highlight underneath. You could blend that out with the Beauty Blender that we've been using, but I'm just going to take a Real Techniques foundation brush because it's right here. Okay, and that's brows. So on to the fun part, which is the eyes. I need a primer because I always need a primer because my eyelids are oily and a little bit hooded. So I have got the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. Just the regular one. Now after that we need to lay down a base, so I'm going to take my MAC Quite Natural Paint Pot, just a very dark brown. And I'm going to use my ring finger to just pat that on the main part of my lid. Just try to get a little bit underneath as well. Then I'm going to take a Real Techniques Deluxe Grease Brush and just blend that. Of course, with the MAC paint pots, you have to work quite quickly. Because once they set, you're kind of stuck with whatever they've done. Just make sure you've got no harsh lines. Then I'll do the other eye as well. All right, once you've got your nice dark smoky base, I'm going to go over that with an eyeshadow from my Naked 3 palette called Trick. Just this goldy one here. And I'm just going to use the same brush. Pick up some of that shadow and just pat it over top of the paint pot. All underneath as well. Then I'm going to take a MAC 217 and just blend that out some more. And repeat. Alright, then I'm going to curl my lashes. And because I don't want my eyes to look too closed off, I'm going to take my Benefit Eye Bright pencil and run that along my bottom waterline. Just to make that nice and awake. And then we're just going to need a ton of mascara. So I'm going to start with my Clinique High Impact Extreme Volume Mascara. Just apply a quick coat, top and bottom. Now I want a pretty serious inner corner highlight, just to keep it from making me look sleepy at all. And so I'm going to take my Marcel Luxe Vanilla Ice Pencil, just a very yellowy white gold. Just make sure we get a good amount of that in there. And then I'm just going to blend that with this foundation brush again because it's right next to me. Okay, I'm just going to add a little bit of that under my eyebrow. Okay, then we're going to take the L'Oreal Lash Out Butterfly. It's reflective, so I don't know if you can see that, but that's what it says. And just do a second coat of mascara. Okay, and then that should be the eyes done. I may come back and add a few things because sometimes I do that, but otherwise this I think is it. So we will move on to the skin. I've got my Sleek Contour Kit here, and I probably wouldn't normally go with something this bronzy, but the eyes are so warm that I'm feeling like it's making my skin look ridiculously pale. So we're gonna see if we can't adjust that a little bit. So I've got a Real Techniques contour brush, and I'm just going to take that Sleek bronzer and just go around the outside edges of my face. Blending like a maniac, as is my custom. Because we do not want it to look orange and streaky. Orange and streaky is bad. Okay, now that's quite a bit less dead, so yay for that. Since I have this open, I'm going to use the highlight from it, just on my finger, on the tops of my cheekbone. So that should have us all warmed up and glowy. Now we need a little bit of blush because bronze is nice, but some color helps to alleviate the crackhead thing that I find any smoky eye can give you if you're not careful. So for blush, I'm going to take my BH San Francisco palette. Just pop it open, get to the middle, and use this sort of a raisinish shade. And I'm actually just going to take that on the same contour brush I was using because I don't like to clean brushes that often. So as much as I can use one, that's how much I'm using it. I'm just going to put that over the apples. Okay, now just to make sure that none of that is too heavy or too harsh, I'm going to take the Beauty Blender again and just pat it over top of everything I've just done. Just because it can absorb any excess and just blend it out a little bit further. And then since we have this lovely rose gold sort of color palette happening, I am going to stick with the warmish lip. So I'm going to take a Revlon Matte Balm. The color is Mischievous 235. Minty. And just color in my whole lip. I so love that. And don't worry if you're currently alarmed, we are toning that down. My mysterious pencil that I don't know who made or anything, that is incredibly close but not quite a match for Makeup Forever Aqua Lip Pencil in 3C. Here, I'll just show you. This is 3C and this is the wine pencil. So 3C wine. The wine one just has like a little hint more pink. So I'm going to line my lips with that. And just smuck them together a little bit to blend. And then, because that's still a little bit too intense or what? Okay, and I think that's it. So I'm going to use my Urban Decay All-Nighter Makeup Setting Spray just to keep all of this where I put it. Okay, and that should finish us up. So I will zoom you in so you can get a better look at the eyes. Okay, so that is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you decide to recreate it, please send me your photos because I would love to see them, and I will see you again soon.